Let's talk about hand expression because the pump doesn't always work great with colostrum nor with engorgement. And so I think it's just good to know how to get milk out of your breast anyway, in case the pump breaks or you're stuck without it somewhere. You should know how to get milk out. It's not just like squeezing your nipple or pulling or this kind of thing, which is what I thought when I had a baby. There's a very specific technique that is helpful for getting the most milk, which is always the goal when we're doing something like this. So instead of being up here, think about this like a tube of toothpaste. And if you just squeeze the tube of toothpaste, you'll get a little bit, but you want to get back behind the toothpaste, and in this case, the milk duct. So about 2 inches back from your nipple in a straight line. Thumb and forefinger are fine. And instead of just squeezing like this, again, let's try and get behind the milk ducts as best we can. So push back into your chest wall and roll your fingers together. Release. Press back. Roll your fingers together. Release. And you're going to get into this rhythm, which is what a little baby would be doing to get this colostrum to move. So a good technique for colostrum if you need to express it for whatever reason. And once you get kind of going, it can take a minute or two before you start to see little bubbles of colostrum flowing. You can move your hands to another spot on your breast and keep trying. Once you feel like there's nothing happening here anymore, or just doing this is giving that skin to skin contact and making oxytocin flow. Some people have success moving back and forth doing hand expression for a minute here, and then a minute here, and then a minute here. Experiment to see what works best with you and your hands. Important points are that we're going to be back. We're not just squeezing together, we're pushing back and then rolling. Why? Because if you keep doing this, it's going to create friction on your skin and make friction burns. It's going to be uncomfortable. If you're up here squeezing the nipple, that's going to start hurting you. So you're really just rolling the fingers once you press back into your chest wall. Press back, compress, relax. So that's hand expression. Reverse pressure softening is when you have a very full breast, perhaps during engorgement, and if you're trying to latch a baby, they can't grab on anymore because it's just become so full and tight, the nipple flattens out and the baby doesn't have a purchase. If you're trying to pump, you put the pump on and nothing's coming out because of the swelling in the areola. So we're going to move that swelling back through reverse pressure softening. Press in around your nipple and hold for about 60 seconds, at least 60 seconds. You can hold it for a minute and a half, 2 minutes, and what you're doing is pressing the swelling part back up into the breast. It's not all milk when you're in that period of engorgement around day 3. Engorgement can happen anytime, really. It's most noticeable around that change in volume around day 3, but you can use this whenever you're feeling like, dang, I'm so full and nothing is working. Move some of the swelling back up into your breast, and after about a minute or two, when you let go, this part is going to be softer. Just momentarily, as soon as you let go, the swelling is going to start to go back and do the same thing. So you want to be ready to go here, which means if you're going to latch the baby, you're holding here, you can do it like this, you can do one hand like this, as long as you're up close to the nipple. So when you're hand expressing, you're back behind the milk ducts, but in this case, you want to move the swelling in the areola. So you're up against the nipple. And when you let go, you would be latching that baby on to the soft, squishy breast. If you're pumping, I would say move to hand expression next. You can try the pump, but you might end up just pulling that swelling back down into the areola and having to start all over again. So I might say if you're trying to pump, if you're exclusively pumping, let's say, moving that swelling back and then moving to hand expression, perhaps for the whole time. Maybe once you hand express and you get some milk moving, you could try the pump again, but just know that the pump doesn't always work terrifically during that period of engorgement. So that is hand expression and reverse pressure softening. You can use them at any time, but you might find them really handy, during the period of engorgement where your milk supply is increasing in volume around day 3, 4, 5. And remember that this is only like a day or two of that extreme feeling of fullness, and it doesn't happen in that extreme way to everybody. So this is just in case you need it, and I hope this helps.